Hi folks, this is question 6. So the first bit, we just have to let f of x be equal to g of x, so you just let x plus 4 be equal to x squared minus 2. If you bring all the squared to one side, so you're going to get x squared minus x, and then minus 6 is equal to 0. That's just bringing everything to the one side, keep the x squared positive. Then you have to factorize. So two numbers that multiply to give minus 6 but add to give minus 1 would be positive 2 and minus 3 equals 0, and then you're solving for x, so x plus 2 equals 0, so x is minus 2, or x minus 3 equals 0, so x is 3. So two answers there. Says x is an element of the reals, but it should be right. Right, find the area of the shaded part. Okay, so you take the f here and then you subtract the g from it, so we're going to integrate, so it's and it's obviously it's from 2 to minus 1, so f of x is x plus 4, and we're going to take away g of x because it's underneath it, so x squared minus 2, so that's the same thing as the integral 2 minus 1. You get minus x squared here, plus x, and then minus 2 will be plus 2, so we get plus 6. So then we're going to integrate, so we're going to add on a power, so we get minus x cubed and then divide by that power, plus add on the power here is x squared and divide by that power, and then add on the power here is 6x, and it would be over 1. So that's between 2 and minus 1 then. So you just have to sub in then, so it'll just be minus 2 cubed over 3 plus 2 squared over 2 plus 6 times 2. And now just be careful with the algebra. I actually should have put that minus 2 inside brackets. I don't think it make a difference here either way, because you'll still get minus 8 anyway, even if you had the minus left outside, but you should really do it that way. Take away then, and I always do a big box here when I'm taking away here, just be really careful. So minus, and then yeah, it's minus 1 cubed all over 3 plus minus 1 squared over 2 plus 6 times minus 1. Yes, just be careful. They're putting in the minus, but the minus is in. You should eventually, you should get 33 over 2, just by simplifying out and putting it in the calculator. So that's all for part A, and then there's only a part B left, and there's no part C in this question. Right, so work out the value of B. So we should get an equation here. Well, we have an equation anyway. Let's just integrate it first. So let's just integrate. It'll be b e to the power of bx all over b, and that's between b and 0. So you end up, the b's just cancelled out, so you just end up getting e to the power of bx, between 4 and 0. So and you know that that will all equal to e. So if you put a 4 in first, we get e to the power of 4b minus, and then if you put a 0 instead of the x, it has to be e to the power of 0, which is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, so equals e. So we get e to the power of 4b minus e minus 1 is equal to 0. Right, you can't form a quadratic because you have the power 4. So e to the power of 4b is equal to e plus 1. Yeah, because you know what e is. Like, e is a number, it's not a variable. So oh yeah, that would have been stupid actually. Yeah, so basically e to the power of e plus 1. Yeah, we're going to use logs anyway to solve. So log e to the power of 4b is equal to log e plus 1. Right, you can see what I've done. Right, I've just made it. So I made an error. So I thought the b there. I thought that this b was actually a 4. I misread it. So it's not a 4. So I'll go back and change it. So that's b. So then you're putting a b in instead. So instead of getting 4b here, we should get b squared. Because it's b times b. And then same up here and here. Yeah, so it's always important to look back. ln e, so that'll end up being b squared, because the ln e, you should know, cancel out. So b squared is equal to ln e plus 1. And then to get b, then you'll have to do the square root of that. So yeah, just to work out the value of b, so you can't really leave it in that form, so you just have to put in the calculator. Yeah, so when you put in the calculator, you get yeah, about 1.146, or you could just say 1.15. Doesn't tell you what to round to or anything, so that should be it. And then that's all for that question, for question 6.